I'm Michaela White here with Mary Shelley, and I'm going to ask her a few questions. So, when and where were you born?
I was born on August 30th, 1871 in London, England.
Okay. What was your family life?
My mother died when I was young, and I was raised by my stepmother, and she wouldn't send me to school because she didn't like me.
Oh. What are some of your most famous works?
My most famous piece of literature is Frankenstein.
Okay. What is something most people don't know about you?
A lot of people don't know that I ran away with my husband Percy when he was still married to his first wife.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Mary. It's nice to have you. Welcome back. I'm here with Edgar Allan Poe, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. So, when and where were you born?
I was born in Boston, January 19, 1809.
Alright. What was it like growing up?
Well, my father abandoned the family in 1810, and my mother died the following year, so it sucks. It sucked.
What were some of your most famous literary works?
My most famous piece of literature is The Raven. It's used in a lot of literature books, so I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, okay. What's something that most people don't really know about you?
I married my 13-year-old cousin, Virginia. After she died, I attempted suicide. So it was pretty sad for most of my life.
That is sad.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you for coming on our show. It was nice to have you. Hi, welcome back to the show. Here is Washington Irvington. I'm going to ask him a few questions. So, where were you born and when?
I was born in New York City, April 3rd, 1783.
Alright. How was your family life?
My father was a really very rich man. My mom was a granddaughter of an English clergyman. I'm the youngest of 11 children.
Oh, wow.
I was pretty spoiled, I guess you could say, but I didn't take very much interest in schoolwork. So.
Okay. What are some of your most famous literary pieces?
Well, I don't think very highly of myself, but if you must, Salmagundi, or my most famous is Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which, I don't know, maybe they'll make into a play or something like that.
Okay. So what's something that most people don't know about you?
I was engaged to Matilda Hoffman, and she died when she was about 17 years old. And after that, rumors went around, things like that. I never remarried, but people thought I was homosexual, which I find very offensive.
Wow, that is offensive. Welcome back to the show. Here is Herman Melville, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. So, when were you born?
I was born on August 1st, 1819.
Okay, and when's your estimated day that you think you're going to die?
I mean, I'll probably die in September on the 28th in 1891 when I'm 72. Yeah.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
So, what was your family life like? Parents, siblings?
Well, I had two parents, Maria and Alan, and they had 8 kids. That's one
Wow.
of them. Yeah.
A lot of kids.
Yeah. It was a fun family.
Okay.
But my dad thought I was slow and like I couldn't speak right, but I could, and I proved them all wrong.
Okay.
So I got well educated.
Alright. Okay. What's something that you're most famous for?
I wrote Moby Dick.
Okay, that's a pretty
It
good
was
accomplishment.
awesome. Big whale. It was cool.
Alright. So what's something that a lot of people don't know about you?
I had scarlet fever when I was 7, and now I can't see very well at all.
Oh, was that what the sunglasses are for?
Nah, they're just style points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, it was nice to have you on the show, Herman.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, welcome back to the show once again. Here's John Keats. Hello. Hello, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So, what was your family life like, John?
Well, I was the oldest of 4 siblings, and my dad died when I was 8, and my mom died when I was 14, so it was kind of depressing. And then in 1811, I decided to become a doctor. But 6 years later, I decided, I'll do poetry.
Poetry, alright. So, what are some of your most famous poetry pieces?
Some of my most famous would have to be Ode to Nightingale, Bright Star, and A Song About Myself.
What's something that most people don't know about you?
Well, my fiance Fanny I became really ill and I could no longer have physical contact with her, so we began writing letters almost every day and only had contact during class alone.
Wow.
It sucked.
Yeah, sounds like it. Alright, well, it was nice talking to you. Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, Black Lovers!
Irving,
Hawthorne, Melville,
And Poe.
and
we're Black Love.
We're going on our world tour to release our single, Dark and Faded.
Coming to a city near you, June 3rd.
Uh-huh. You write like this. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's the way it is. You write like this. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's the way it is. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. And if we could only let it be, we would see. And the caresses of the snake, cold gliding in the thorny brake. You're writing like you've never seen the sun. And I'm so done, you're somebody else, round everyone else. You write like you're whack, like your heart is black. Go to the grave where your friends are laid. Tell me, why do you have to go and make things so dark and faded? I see the way you're writing like you're somebody depressed, gets me frustrated. You write like this, you lie and you cry and you sin and you grin, and I bet that you worship Satan. Honestly, don't promise me you'll never leave me isolated. No, no, no. From the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, in my view, I laugh out when you write your prose. Take off all those dressy clothes, then let me never cast a look within fate's mysterious book. You're somebody else, round everyone else. You write like you're whack, like your heart is black. Go to the grave where your friends are laid. Tell me, why'd you have to go and make things so dark and faded? I see the way you're writing like you're somebody depressed, gets me frustrated. You write like this, you lie and you cry and you sin and you grin, and I bet that you worship Satan. Honestly, don't promise me you'll never leave me isolated. No, 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 no. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. And if we could only let it be, we would see somebody else, round everyone else. You write like you whack, like your heart is black. Go to the grave where your friends are laid. Tell me, why'd you have to go and make things so dark and faded? I see the way you're writing like you're somebody depressed, gets me frustrated. You write like this, you lie and you cry and you sin and you grin, and I bet that you worship Satan. Honestly, don't promise me you'll never leave me isolated. No, no, why'd you have to go and make things so dark and faded? I see the way you're writing like you're somebody depressed, gets me frustrated. You write like this, you lie and you cry and you sin and you grin, and I bet that you worship Satan. Honestly, don't promise me you'll never leave me isolated. No, no, no.
Hey, Black Lovers, we want to thank you so much for helping our album go double platinum!
My most famous piece of literature is Frankenstein and Matilda. Matilda.
I was born in Boston, January 19th, 1801.
Okay,
It's 9. That's okay.
People thought I was homosexual, which I find very offensive.
Wow, yeah, that is offensive. Alright, well, it was nice to have you on the show.
And then when in 1890.
So, what are some of your most famous songs?
Oh my God. Did anybody else see it?
No.
She just went. I'm so sorry. Hey, Black lovers.
It's Washington.
Hawthorne.
I messed it up. It's
Usually thought I wasn't ready. I was not feeling it. Hey, Black lovers.
Not at all. Not at all.
Be
Do not
careful.
fall. Do not fall. Seriously.
No, I said hey. That's why.
Okay,